Okay, so like I said, this is Black History Month. So normally Black History Month, I normally do a old school comic that has a black superhero doing some black superhero shit. Sometimes it may be just a black comic where a black superhero just shows up and just does shit. Meanwhile, it's about something like Quasar or some shit. But this time, we're talking about Black Panther. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that time Black Panther beat the shit out of P. Diddy. So
Okay.
that happened. It happened. This is in Reggie Hudlin's run during the 2000s. Oh, also he teams up with Luke Cage. I don't know why I didn't lead with that. Him and Luke Cage teams up in this book. So, and we'll talk
I
about why
don't. I've read a bunch of the Reggie Hudlin shit. I don't remember this.
this was like, okay, so you remember the Black Panther cartoon that
Yeah.
was pretty much based on the run? This is immediately following that.
Okay.
Yeah, matter of fact, if they would have kept the comic book going, this probably would have been the next arc in that cartoon. Like I said, for those that don't know, Reggie Hudlin was president of BET Entertainment at the time, like in the 2000s. And they specifically wanted him to make a Black Panther cartoon, which he was writing at the time. But it got canceled. And I don't even think it even aired in America. I think it aired in Australia. But whatever. That's the point. Anyway, teams up with Luke Cage beat shit out of P. Diddy. Let's talk about it. Oh, and this is part one of a 4-part story called To the Hard Way. So the book starts off with actually a flashback. You just see somebody in a cell looking at a picture of Black Panther. And who is looking at it? Carl Lucas. For those who know who Carl Lucas is, that's Luke Cage. Before he became Luke Cage, he was in prison. And that's when you got the warden in there bother him, Rackham, who's in the original comic also, basically making fun of Luke Cage, basically saying, oh, is this your boyfriend you got in the picture right here? Is this why you're not messing with anybody in here you're already spoken for? And of course, Luke Cage, punches shit out of him. He's just human right now, even though he's like a, 7-foot-tall black man, but still he's human. And he's like, no, what you're going to get for this? I'm going to throw you in the hole. And then the rest of this is just Luke Cage origin story. If you haven't seen it, go watch the Netflix show. It's shockingly accurate. Rackham is even in there. Now, fast forward to present day, or at least present day of this comic. You got Luke Cage, hero for hire, used to work for Fantastic Four, also an Avenger. But at the same time, he still has to make the ends meet because Avengers don't pay like it should. So what does he do? He moonlights as a bodyguard for celebrities. And who's the biggest rapper on the planet back in 2004 that lived in Harlem? P. Diddy, also known as Puff Daddy at the time. So
Yeah, was he Puffy or Puff Daddy or
Puffy, Puff Daddy?
kept
He had a lot of
changing his
names.
name? He
He
thought
changed
he
his
was
name for
Prince.
some reason. Yeah, the artist formerly known as, but yeah. So now he's Puff Daddy's bodyguard. Meanwhile, in the car, he always got these ex-duty cops. He got the people he grew up in the neighborhood, but he doesn't really trust these guys. He needed professional, superpower bodyguard, make himself look better. And not only does he have, and matter of fact, they even draw him to look exactly like. I'm gonna show you some other pictures of him. And he also has like the biggest movie star on the planet with him. Also, now what movie star is with him? Now at the time, Puffy was dating J-Lo. I don't think that's J-Lo. It kind of looks like a Leah, but I don't want to say it's a Leah because I think she died like a year before.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, so I don't know what they were planning with that, but I know they didn't want to make it J-Lo, make it too obvious, So anyway, so Luke Cage is like, okay, everybody back up, get the fuck away from me, and he's in the club, he walks in the club, stuff like that. But the thing is, the eyes aren't on him tonight because nobody's paying attention to Puffy tonight. Why? Because T'Challa is in the same club as him with Troubadour Melage. Everybody's got eyes on him. Like, why is he in the club? Why is he in Harlem? Now, see, the thing is, Puffy don't even know who T'Challa is. Never heard of him. But his girl knows who he is. And she's like, isn't he one of the richest black men in the world? And Luke Cage just goes, no, he's the richest, period. And Puffy just looks at him like, the fuck you say? Tell me they don't look like Puff Daddy. They drew him. And he stares at him, and Luke Cage's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up if I lose my job. He like, yeah, take that. Oh, now, anyway, he says, so what the fuck is he doing in my club? Why he taking up all my press? Paparazzi not even paying attention to him tonight. They just all on T'Challa. And she knows why he's here. She's like, I heard why he's in town tonight. And basically why he's in town. So the reason he's in America right now is because in that last arc that Richie Hudlin run, a bunch of Deathlocks had like invaded Wakanda. So he's remember that? That was in the cartoon, right? So he's in the United Nations to find out who did it, and the United States fesses up. Not only the United States do it, the Secretary of State fesses up who did it and apologizes. And for those who don't know who the Secretary of State was at the time, it was Condoleezza Rice. Now, you would think that Condoleezza Rice was like a cameo in his book. No, she was a reoccurring character. Like, why was she like in these? I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, she's a real person. Look her up. She was there. But yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why he's in America, but that's not the main reason. The real reason he's in America is because the Queen Mother gave him a mission to find a wife because he just became king of Wakanda, but he's single, and that's not a good look for the king. So you got to find a wife, and you got to get an heir. You got to give me some grandbabies. She like, fine, mother, I'll do it. So the first place he goes is to Washington, D.C. So he's already, I don't know what the United Nations is, but anyway, he's in Washington, D.C. right now. Why? To meet his ex-girlfriend, Monica Lynn. Now, if you read the old 70s, 60s Black Panther comics, I don't know if people did it. That was his main girl back then. She was like an R&B singer or some shit. So she's there, and he's basically telling her what's going on. He's like, yeah. He went backstage and talked to her and basically told her what was going on. She was like, no. Like, she turned down his marriage proposal. Like, I don't want to marry you. I'd already been in Wakanda. Everybody in Wakanda, first off, they hate me. Next thing you know, every time I'm with you, I always get kidnapped. I always get shot at. People are coming after you. They use me as bait. Look, if I wanted to be with a man of danger, I would have got one of the drug dealers back when I was in the 10th grade. I didn't pass all that up just to get kidnapped by Mongo, the albino ape man. You know, she like, no, his name was, I don't care what his name was. I'm done with it. And plus, why are you here anyway, T'Challa? We know where you really need to be at. If you want to get married, why don't you just go to her first? We both know who you really want. You the bravest man I ever met. Why are you playing it scared now? So let's just be friends and go talk to her. He was like, and they just hug, and that's it. And that's damn near the last time you see Monica Lynn in any Black Panther comic. They might have even killed her off. I don't even know. So he leaves Monica Lynn and walks in the rain. Or should I say storm? You know, that's actually the reason they broke up in the last run, because Monica Lynn was like, yeah, I get shot at, I get kidnapped. But when Storm showed up, she was just like, I'm out of my league. Like, well, I can't do shit with her. So, yeah. All right. So, anyway, back in the club, we find out the real reason that T'Challa is in the club, because he's looking for Shuri. She snuck off and went to the club in there dancing and shit. It took her that long for him to find her, because he didn't want to really be in the club. He just looked for her. She's like, come on, T'Challa, let me just dance one more time, because some crazy she happened in the last run. She trying to mind off of it. She's like, it's gonna be okay. And that's when they get ready to leave. Puffy's girl shows up. She's like, hey, T'Challa, can we talk for a second? She was like, are you about to leave? You don't mind if I come with you? And she's like, oh, here we go. Because she already know T'Challa, so the groupie's going to show up too. So she was like, please, can I leave with you? Because you look like you got a lot going on right now. And this club is so boring. And that's when Puffy's like, hold up, what the fuck? Tell me that don't look like Puffy. Now, his thing. Now, in this book, they call him Pookie. But come on, man. They can't be too close with it. He's just like, oh, hell no, you're not going to disrespect me like that. So Puffy, leaves the VIP, bam, smacks in the face. I'm tired of you disrespecting me. And that's when T'Challa catches it right there. He's like, so you're not going to be hitting women in my presence right now, or when you're not in my presence. Keep in mind, footage just came out of Puffy beating the shit out of one of his ex-girlfriends also. So, yeah, that's Cassie. That's who the fuck he... I'm sorry, I'm getting too fucked up. Anyway, so he's like, y'all gonna stand around here and let him whoop the hell out of me? Don't I pay y'all for something? So then his goons start pulling out guns and shit like that, and they don't even get anywhere near T'Challa. They just get the shit kicked out of them just by the Dora Milaje. Like, they don't even get anywhere near him. They just fight, breaking the club. They just start turn the guns on him, take the guns away from him, round them up. And Luke Cage is like, damn. That's 50 Cent, but
yeah.
And Luke Cage is just like, damn, he let his women do his light work. And then that's when he looks at Puffy. He was like, okay, that can be the last time you hit a female in my presence. It isn't, but that's why it's in jail now. But yeah, and he throws him into Luke Cage. He's like, give him the hell out of here. And he's just like, you gonna do something? You gonna let him just kick the shit out of me? He's like, I am doing something. I'm protecting you. Because it could have been way worse than what it is right now. So this guy here. And he takes to the limousine, and Puffy just like, look, I'm tired of this shit. And then pulls a gun on him, which Puffy also did in the club and also went to trial for back in that around that time. He was like, this last time you gonna disrespect me. And then he shoots, and Luke Cage catches the bullet. He's like, damn, that's gonna hurt in the morning. He's like, now you do some super shit when you ain't do nothing when he was kicking my ass. He's like, man, let's get out of here. And then he puts him in the limousine. Puffy's like, man, you fired. You're like, I don't care. And he leaves. Meanwhile, when Luke Cage turns around, the movie starts. He's like, well, T'Challa said I wasn't his type, but can you take me home? Luke Cage like, hell yeah. So
sweet Christmas.
But here's the thing. He don't do anything. Because Luke Cage is married to Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones. He's married to Jessica Jones. So he just takes her home, even though, yeah, he could have had coffee, with Aaliyah. you know, whoever this is. But yeah, so he decides to, since there's so much crazy shit going on, and he don't know if Puffy's gonna come back and try to retaliate, he decided to go to one of his safe houses. So he goes to one of his safe houses, and he sees T'Challa just sitting there in the dark waiting for him. You're like, well, damn. Luke Cage is like, I'm surprised you ain't go home with that movie star. And T'Challa's like, I'm surprised you didn't go home with that movie star. Because I know that took a whole lot of discipline. Here's your like, well, anyway, Puffy fired me. You're like, well, I'm sorry about that. That's why I'm here. Because I wanted to offer you a job. Are you interested? You're like, interested? And then before he can answer, because of course he's going to say yes, a gang of ninjas are outside of his window.
Oh, shit.
To
Is
be
it the
continued.
hand?
No, not the hand.
The
a bunch
foot?
of other ninjas. But yeah. Ninjas are everywhere in the Marvel Universe. But yeah, that's going on right now. So yes, like I said, in this book, they don't call him Puffy, they call him Pookie, but they draw him exactly like Puffy, and he's doing everything that Puffy did, smacking the shit out of his girlfriends, pulling out guns in the club, and he's from Harlem. So shit, it can't be anybody else but Puffy. So yeah, I'm surprised nobody really talked about the story. So this part one, I think what I'm gonna do, Eli, I'm gonna do the other 4 parts of the story each week because it's 4 parts of the story. So yeah.
Okay.